Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do things a little different to start out with today. So, I've been making these. I got these little discs and they weren't where I thought they were, or I didn't need them. So I've been making these little I don't know, like, I guess oracle discs, advice discs. Yeah, like get ready cats, 6 months, white lights, like a bunch of just like trigger messages that can, you know, just be a little bit more clarification. If a message is for you or not. And if this works out, I might do it a little bit more permanently because I can tell these are they're gonna wipe off. But in the meantime, while I was in the process of making those, I had an idea and it's worked out. I tested it and I like the results. They were pretty good, actually. I've been trying to figure out how to scry with candle wax. I can do it with a flame. I've seen a lot of stuff that way. A crystal ball. I actually use an old tablet for a black mirror, so I really love it because I love just getting kind of lost in that in between state and letting the story kind of unfold. I don't know how to explain it if you've never done it or anything like that, but it's pretty cool. So what I've done for this is I put a drop of wax. I'll show you the one I did last night. Put a drop of wax in between the two discs and see what I see in there. And wow, I got a lot of messages last night. So this was the one from last night. Look, I think it's even coming apart now. Yeah. So it's not gonna last forever, but I can use it to do what I need to do, which is what I did. And from this little blob of wax, I got all of this. Curious George doll with the one eye missing, the left eye. It's missing. It's kind of like a hole. It almost looked like it was like a plastic, like a molded mouth and nose part, but I'm not sure. It also looked like at one point it was the reflection of the doll in a spoon, but the right way up, so it must have been the back of the spoon. A wedding in the mountains, in the area of the mountains, not like in the mountains in the woods. A wax museum, community theater in the 1800s. Think of like Jesse James era. This one was weird. Looking through like the middle of a surfer wave, you know, the typical picture of the surfer wave about to crash. But over to the right hand side, like way in the distance, was the silhouette of the Statue of Liberty. A Yoshi toy with the top right of the head and eye like gone, but it's like melted. Maybe it was next to like a campfire or something. I don't know. But that whole thing was melted. Maybe in a house fire. I don't know. A person's eye, either a hooded eye or very heavy eyeliner or a bruise just on, like, you know, have you ever gotten a bruise like right on your lash line? And the look in the eye kept kind of going back and forth between terrified or enraged, like could be causing the terror, you know what I mean? A crescent, oh, this was cool. This could have been like right out of an anime. Crescent moon shaped cliffs. But I think it was from the perspective, I think it was layers, and like a ledge. But it ended up being like kind of like in a crescent moon. A raven kind of looking, and then an owl also kind of watching. And in between the ledges, there was definitely like a UFO in the distance. It looked like it was kind of like going off. Almost like what like a 50s cartoon would show a UFO as, though. Yeah, so that's what I got from this. So if any of that resonates with anybody, please let me know. I have no connection to any of those things. So I'm going to try to keep track and see what happens. So I want to do that for you today. I did do a little pre-shuffle. But I'm also... no. I was going to say I'm also working on another reading, but that one's different. The pre-shuffle from yesterday, I'm not going to read all of this. But basically, it's like, you feel like you've been putting the work in to something, and you either have an opportunity that you don't see coming in, and you're also like wishing for this at the same time. Like you're kind of going after something of the sort at the same time, or it's just coming in because you are being noticed for like all the work you put into the things that you're passionate about. So it might be right up the alley of something like that. Yeah. I feel like you're kind of like confident more so in the place where you are right now. So it's almost like you have enough confidence to have the hopes and dreams and think that they're attainable. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have the confidence in yourself and you're like, oh, I wish I could do this, but you really don't think you can, then it's just like pie in the sky dreams. If you're like, oh, I want to do this, now it's a goal. It's not just something you're talking about, because you have confidence to be like, yeah, well, what do I need to do to do this, right? That's where I think you are. I don't think you're like, oh, I really wish I could just get a chance. No, I think you're like, oh, if I just could get a chance. Yeah. But because you know, I think you feel like something's coming, like it has to, right? It's getting a little easier to carry the weight that you are kind of in that process of, you know, sowing. You reap what you sow, and you're sowing right now. Yeah, you just feel like if I just had a chance, you know, you could change your life. I think you're on that type of trajectory. I want to say be careful of someone coming in with information. You know, you might get this opportunity might come in. I don't think this is the opportunity. I don't think you're gonna get a false opportunity. I think that will be all like up and up. But someone who has information or advice about it, or about some, you know, whatever, they're being deceitful, and it benefits them somehow if you listen to them, or if you go about it the way they suggest, you know, or they're trying to make you kind of like second guess something. It could be a business owner, maybe, you know, if you're switching jobs and it's your current boss, like, wow, I can't believe you got that job. They think that you can handle that, you know, some sideways thing like that. Like, not literally putting down, like, well, I really wish you the very best. Like, do you think you can handle it? If you can't, you know, you can always come back. You know, just like putting that little seed of doubt, like, you'll be back, pretty much. But probably because they know you can do it and you won't be back. Normal people don't say shit like that, so just be aware of that. If it's like a business owner type of thing, I'm not saying that's what it is, but like in that scenario, it could be an older family member, it could be a sister, a cousin, an aunt, you know, also could be an earth sign. Someone who seems like they are supposed to be happy for you. And I feel like they're like saying they're happy for you, but they're not at the same time. It's like someone saying yes and shaking their head no. There's something wrong with it. It's not hitting right. Their vibe is not matching their words. Listen to that, because it's not matching the words. Yeah, it's saying, you know, just use your experience and your intuition and insight, you know, about that situation. I said I wasn't going to read all this, but here we are. You know, you talk to other people who you trust about it, because I feel like you might be confused. I don't think you might have realized that they're like this, but I don't know. There's always some confusion when it's someone who's close to us. You always want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't. Talk to other people who you trust about it, you know, for some perspective if you have to. Ultimately, you're going to have to decide how to move forward when this offer comes in. You know, whatever you decide to do, you have the tools already. That's why it's coming in. So we'll see if the reading is pertaining to any of that. Sometimes I wonder. But yeah, I feel like that part of it, I feel like that's really like a little glimpse into kind of like what's going on, like what you're hoping for, like your actions at the moment. So let's get into what's like surrounding it, I guess. But let's see what happens with this. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we can get for a little message here for collective today. We're gonna do a little wax reading and see how it turns out. See if it gets posted. Okay. I don't read a lot. Thank you, Spirit. Let me see messages you want me to see. Bring this a little closer. There's a house. It kind of looks like the Freddy Krueger house. Just a typical all-American house. A little chimney and a tall tree outside and to the left. SS. A mushroom cloud. A heart and a seagull. A helicopter on fire. This looks like an army scene I'm seeing right now. It looks like dark clouds in the sky. And people on the battlefield, it looks like. See a Brahma bull. This is number 8. There's a cat sitting with the paws crossed, like in a low position, looking over to the left. Another cat sitting behind it. A lion carrying something in its mouth. A sick cartoon bear with a water ball on its head. A ton of penguins, and one penguin that's the focus. But there's lines and lines of them. Alright, I think that's good. I'm gonna have to rewatch it and write all of that down. But if any of that made sense to you, please let me know. Alright, thank you so much, Spirit. Let's do some tarot. We'll keep it nice and light. I almost panicked and thought I didn't hit record. Can you imagine? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me, tell me, let's see, what does collective need to know? What's the message today? Please tell me, what does collective need to know today to guide them on their best path? Please protect me as I channel in your energy and messages from my collective's guides. Thank you. Yeah, independent, but there's something stalling you. Maybe, yeah, you feel like yourself. It's like you're waiting for that opportunity to come in. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Like, I feel like you're like, all right. How much more of this do I have to do? Like you're learning a job or, you know, putting in the work. Messages. Let's see, what is it you need to know now? You have a kind of an idea what's going on. What's the actual message that they had to be aware of? What do they have to know? The Oracle of Cups in this deck is the Queen of Cups. Can I have another one, please? What do they need to know? What is the Queen of Cups all about? Making plans towards your future, advancing, looking to advance in your future. Wanting to put one of your passions out into the world. Can I have one more, please? And then we'll do a little clarifying before we move on. Almost. King of Wands. Ew, excuse me. So this is what you need to know. So maybe did you tell whoever this King of Wands is representing something about your future plans? This is the Oracle of Cups. You, man or woman. That's why it's Oracle in this sex, is to not genderize it. King of Wands, Elder of Wands is going to be someone who's a leader, passionate, action-oriented, probably well-liked. You know, maybe it's the Queen, maybe the Queen of Cups, because maybe you're a little bit more sensitive. You're in your emotions a little bit because maybe you're kind of attached to this project as well, whatever it is, emotionally, somehow. You know, especially if it's actually has to do with emotions. You know, because this opportunity coming in, I never said what it was. It could be a job offer, it could be a love offer, it could be anything. It's just an opportunity that you have been working on something for a long time and think you deserve, and someone agrees. That could have been working on yourself. Maybe you don't want to tell this King of Wands about your thoughts of the future. Alright, let's clarify this one a little bit. Two of Swords. You're trying to find balance in something, you're trying to figure something out on your own, you're kind of in your head. Not as severe as like Eight of Swords, but like a back and forth, pros and cons. You kind of feel trapped in your head. You need to like take yourself out of the equation and think about it for some reason. Too many. Okay. I'm just going to clarify this section before we move on to the next spirit. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to annoy you guys so much now that I know how to do that, so just bear with me until I get tired of it. Okay. Tell me about the Oracle of Cups. So it kind of went like this, and then this came afterwards like... Alright, what's the Oracle of Cups, please? Seven of Swords, a little sneaky guy. So you might have a secret to tell. You might have something to get off your chest. You might feel like someone is being deceitful. There's some deception or yeah, some trickery around. What's the Two of Wands? Maybe you don't want to say anything because you're afraid it's going to cause an uproar. King of Wands could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. Oracle of Cups can be a water sign, does not have to be. Just emotional and fiery. Yeah. Or you're about to cause a tower for them. Or that they cause a tower, let's see. I think this is significant. I think that's just signifying that's your significant other. Yep, and you need to tell them that maybe, let's see. I was like, what do you mean? Everything's fine. And you're like, so my house is on fire. And you're like, no, everything's fine. Interesting. The King of Wands came upside down. Oh, I think I know what's happening in the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Hear me out. So you, Oracle of Cups, man or woman, this is just signifying you. Oh, one of them is you. I'm assuming this is you. But I think you are cheating. And I think, sorry, it's probably terrible. They found out. And now their happy home, now they're turned upside down and it's changing their life. The King of Wands upside down is not a nice person to be around. Oh, the fury that they're probably... Oh, that explains this. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety. Okay, what's this tell me about the Nine of Swords? Look at the Two of Swords again. The Six of Swords sailing away. I feel like this king did not see it coming at all, because they're like la 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 la. And they find this out. And I only say I think it's you cheating and not you finding out and telling them, because of this happy home here. This is the culprit. And they're like, well, I'm leaving. And yeah, they're not sticking around. The King of Wands is not going to hang around for that. Nope. Nope. You want to go play with your swords? Have at it. Yeah, and this one, this Two of Swords looks a little different. It almost looks like fighting, right? Let me see what it says. Oh my god, I opened right to it. Okay, it's decision time and you're feeling avoidant. Close your eyes with the intention to find your grounding inner voice. You might sleep late and zone out these days. Remember, only close your eyes when it feels grounding, not avoidant, as life is still moving forward. Making no choice will leave you in an unending state of anxiety. Eradicate fear and make your choice, knowing nothing is perfect. So, I think it's coming up for you because you didn't make a choice to choose a person. You were trying to juggle both people. So I think that was you not making a choice and now dealing with everybody's dealing with your repercussions. And this one I think is they're deciding whether or not to leave still, which is crazy. No, you just never decide where to go, not if to go, where to go. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're deciding what's their options. Collective. Nine of Pentacles, maybe you want your independence. Maybe you're not cut out for this monogamous stuff. It's not for everybody. No judgment, but you should have went about it a little bit different, I think. For sure. Hey, no one's perfect. Alright. Let's see what you don't see coming. Something that you need to be ready for now that this all has transpired. Because if you get ready now, you'll be ready when the shit hits the fan. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So let's get ready, even though it's your fault. It seems like, anyway. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like you're arguing the fact. Oracle of Cups. They are generally queens. They're queens, yeah, they're queens. And queens are usually looking to the past. So maybe you dipped out with an ex. Not necessarily. I'm just trying to hit every angle to make a nice full story. Alright, let's see. Tell me, please, Spirit, what collective needs to know. Something they don't see coming, please. That we should be ready for now that this has happened. The Sun. I don't feel like you really are that upset about any of this. I don't. I think maybe maybe part of, see, some more comes out as I do this. I think maybe part of it is, yeah, this caused a tower for this king because their friends told them about this. But I feel like you were already living in the tower and they had no, they're like oblivious. Maybe they have no, King of Wands. That could be showing that they're kind of more self-aware, shall we say, because in the upright they're fine, but they're just fiery, you know, so they may be doing so many different things that they're just not aware of your needs. And if you're a Queen of Cups and you're like super sensitive and you have to sneak away, maybe you don't have great communication skills, and they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, I don't think they, oh my goodness, like, what do you mean you're not happy? Alright, let's see what this says. The sun and the moon, interesting. Queen of Cups again. So, the moonlight is a reflection of the sunlight, right? So because the sun shines so bright, it illuminates everything, including the moon, right? So, then the moon gets the light from the sun and illuminates this path here. This little quiet path. The sun is illuminating everything, but the moon is just illuminating this little path here. A more focused kind of path, and the moon is watery, like the Queen of Cups, right? I think you guys are just too opposite. I think you're just too opposite. I feel like, honestly, in my experience, water and fire don't mix. One is always either going to be drowning out, smothering, you know, the fire sign's fire, or the fire sign, I think, is a lot for a water sign to handle. Yeah, I think you guys are just too different, but I think, you know, observing and realizing this made you see things about yourself that you didn't maybe know before. Like, if you hadn't been with this person, it definitely illuminated what you like and what you don't like, and a lot of stuff like that. I feel like is you're finding as you're going up this path. Mm-hmm. You're like, I just don't know if I want to be in the sun. I'm kind of digging it here, but in this little dreamy place by myself. And I feel like the moon is saying this is a long time coming. You know, with the sun being so bright, this is all you get. Well, you can do this. You know, I feel like maybe in the right environment, you're not overshadowed, I guess, would be you only shine when the sun lets you. Right, that's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, you only feel seen when you're with the sun, when the sun's shining on you. You know, but those new moon times, it's like you don't exist. That's what it is. If you're out and about with this king, or you're doing the same thing as this king and you're close by, you're being illuminated, you know, the sun will shine on you. You'll get attention. You know, you'll be lit up. But the further and further and further you get away, it's like you don't exist. And I feel like, for what you don't see coming, this I feel like is saying you'll be victorious in moving forward with this new way of thinking. Like you're proactively something clicked in you, and you know you deserve more, and you're moving forward with that. And I think what you don't see coming, maybe you haven't, I don't know, maybe you haven't put a finger on it yet. Death and your rebirth. Maybe they're saying in one day, one sun and moon cycle. Or on the next full moon, or the next, is there another eclipse coming up? I don't think so. Maybe, you die this death and you transform into the Queen of Pentacles from the Queen of Cups. Now you're standing on your own footing, and you're grounded, and you're ready, and you're, yeah, yep. Maybe this all started with the eclipse. It's a cycle. I think it's a cycle. I think it's definitely very tied to the sun and moon cycle, obviously. But I feel like it's also saying I'm saying 24 hours. You are going to get some forward movement on this and be victorious. I do think you guys are too different. Why do you have to be victorious? Maybe the King of Wands, yes, is oblivious because he's doing his own thing, but maybe it's because he's actually a King of Wands in reverse. So yes, he's outraged. He's upset about finding this out. Maybe you didn't cheat. Maybe you just left. I think you just left. And again, he might not even know. I don't know if he's like that busy or travels for work or, you know, what the status is, but once he found out, that's when the arguments in the tower happened, and you know, his facade of the King of Wands, I guess, maybe fell, and it's, you know, time for a change. Yeah. I still say this is his anxiety and trying to make a decision of how to handle this. About you walking away. Him walking away, like, I don't know if anybody's ever dipped on him like that. He keeps thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. I think you're driving him crazy. Alright, so let's see what this is exactly. How you become victorious, how you're victorious at all. Yeah. Strength. Perfect. Yeah, I think maybe he didn't see this coming because you planned it. Strategy. I'm sorry I accused you of cheating first. Maybe I should have waited. I guess I'll do this one. Okay. Thank you. Let's dig a little deeper into this little line here. Spirit. Look at this though. What happens during an eclipse? The moon's shadow blocks the sun. So it's your turn to be the more powerful presence. Yeah. Yep, good for you. Look it. See? Oh. Sometimes the moon does overpower the sun. Oh, I get chills all up and down my arms. That's what you don't see coming. Somehow you find the strength. Somehow you find the strength to stand up for yourself. Now that this path has been illuminated, this is the path you should be on, not this one. But you didn't know until you were strong enough to overpower the sun. I wasn't even paying attention. Wow, what a message. What an image, huh? Even the sun and moon comes together once in a while. Alright, I think I'm getting this message here for the Sun and Moon Spirit, but let's clarify it a little bit, just to be sure. Queen of Cups. Wow, yup. You did it. Or this is what you don't see coming. You gather yourself together and you're like, you know what? Give me one more for this. Wow, what a message. Knight of Wands. Moving forward. With passion and determination. That's what you don't see coming. You found your strength. You find your strength. You could be going through this now, trying to dip and sneak and trying to still navigate and do it like the easy way possible. That's why all this, yeah. Something's gonna happen when you guys are arguing or something like that, and you're gonna be like, I am so done. Tell me about, yeah, this will tell me. Tell me about this victory. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Queen of Cups. Tell me about this victory. Five of Wands, yep, and then 6 of Wands, yep. It was arguing in turmoil. But there is what you don't see coming. Sometimes the new ones sound like they flip over. Ooh, nice. The Empress. Yes. And one more, please. Sorry. Yeah, whatever this argument was that made you move forward and get your strength and your power. Something was said, man. Knight of Swords. You're moving forward with passion and a new way of thinking. Ten of Cups. Holy shit. Nice. Knight of Cups. And you might have a love offer coming in. This is all bringing about your Ten of Cups, which is your happy home, like ultimate happiness. And I think that's what you want. You're moving forward because you want this happiness. You don't want to deal with all of that. Telling about the Queen of Pentacles and Death. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you're gonna come into a windfall. Like your ultimate happy. You have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. this is what you're going after, 10 of Cups, and this is what you're going to get. The whole thing. 10 of Cups is, you know, very happy and joyous and full of love. 10 of Pentacles is that, and also with generational like, abundance, a family, solid, yeah. And 7 of Pentacles is, it's just gonna take time to grow, but you're on the way. Wow, guys. 6 of Wands, victory again. 6 of Wands again. So we're starting it out with you strategizing how to leave this King of Wands. You know, when he catches wind of it, or you talk to him about it, and there's turmoil, there's arguing, the tower happens, you know, he might be more upset that the perception of the happy home is going to crumble. This seems to be a little bit of a narcissist, indicated by the King of Wands in reverse also. But this is, the wheel is spinning, like everything is about to change. You know, and I think he is having anxiety about it. I think you both are, but I think he is also because I don't know if he has someplace like actually to go with like a genuine. I don't know if he has any genuine people who like him, man or woman. Man or woman, I don't know which you are, which they are, but this king, I don't think has any, like, real friends that he can be like, hey, can I come crash? And they'll be like, oh, no, you know, so I think that's what he's worried about. And, like, again, the image is shattered, but it was time. Yeah, and I think, what you don't see coming is, whatever, I feel like it's manipulative tactics or whatever he's saying, he's gonna lash out and he's gonna say things that are gonna hurt you because he knows you. I think whatever happens in this fight, you know, whatever happens in one of those arguments, you've had it. You sit there and you're like, oh yeah? Okay. And then you start to take action. And that's when the moon overpowers the sun. Yup. And whatever he keeps saying, it keeps just making you go ahead, keep saying more. And now you have the Empress and you're like, you know what? Him, I don't need him. And now you have going after this way of thinking, these new ideas. After the 10 of Cups. You know, and you put an end to it. There's a death, and you're reborn into the Queen of Pentacles, which is a business owner, which is standing in her you know, own solid ground. With the 10 of Pentacles, your actual reward for going after and making changes. You just gotta plant the seeds and let it grow. Don't go crazy now. That you're almost there. Alright, I'm just gonna get one for advice. What is a closing piece of guidance? Well done though. I'm very glad that you didn't cheat. Even though that's what I initially thought. That's good. Good job. And good job blocking out that sun. Just because someone is loud or overbearing does not mean that they are an authority, you know, or just because someone's loud doesn't mean that they should be listened to, or that they know how to set boundaries or anything. They're just loud, and usually it's because they don't want you to get close enough to find out they aren't all of those things, so they project it as much as they can. and then out of there before you really notice. That's why they don't have any friends. Because they don't want people to know how they really are. Well, however that is, I don't know anything about them. Okay. Except for they act like nothing's wrong and that they have this perfect house, and meanwhile you're living in a tower. That kind of tells me that they're disassociative or a fucking narcissist. They don't want to see it because they're comfortable. Tell me a piece of guidance for collective before we close out. Please. Oh, look at all these new beginnings. Page of Pentacle. Okay, so you get the Page of Pentacle, the Ace of Pentacles. So you have, this is telling you, this is your little messenger person. You have something tangible coming in. This is your warning. You have to make sure you take it when it comes in. Like, hello. Yeah. There's the opportunity from the pre-shuffle. Oh my god. Yes, so you're free now of the shackles. See, look at this is the heavyweight too that it was mentioned in the pre-shuffle. You're free of those. Now you're able to take opportunities that maybe at one time you weren't because they didn't like want you to, or for whatever reason, being with that person, you couldn't take these opportunities. Well, they're coming in. And yeah, be happy, be the Fool. The Fool is preparing for the new beginning, right? So right now you're preparing, but while you're like, woohoo, please don't miss this. Please don't miss the opportunities coming in, because these opportunities are what's gonna bring you that, because you are like, I'm going forward with this new way of thinking. So the universe is like, yeah, here you go. You gotta be like, woo, you gotta get it. You gotta catch all the money in the machine. Yeah. Definitely. Two of Swords, yeah. Again, don't sit around, don't take action, because this will pass you by while you're not looking. Don't be a fool. Just be a fool for a little bit. Okay, let me just get a little clarification here. Just tell me a little bit deeper into this guidance. The Page of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles towards the end, especially. That's good. You have new things coming in. Oh, look at all these pages, bro. Page of Swords, yeah. You have you might have a message coming in. Someone might be trying to get you a message. Yep. Stay grounded. You're the emperor. Act like an emperor. You know, maybe the emperor is trying to get a hold of you to give you this offer. So the emperor could be a business person. It can be like a father figure. Yep. They're trying to help you. Yep. They're trying to help you because they know you've had loss. But if you don't take it, you don't see it coming, you will miss it. Please pay attention and don't be afraid. What happened last time you were afraid? It took forever and you stayed there way too long. Take the opportunities and they're given to you. Yep. Whatever it is, have the confidence because you have the tools. because you've done the work and people are admiring you for it. Just like the beginning of the pre-read. Oh my god. Alright guys, this is really long. I kind of felt like it was going to be, so I did a lot of other things first, like responsible things. And now I'm going to go make dinner, and I might have another video about something else later. I don't know yet. Alright, well, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and good job kicking ass. I'll see you in the next video.